Step into the captivating world inside the world's biggest iPhone factory in China and discover the cutting-edge technology and unparalleled ingenuity that drives the creation of the world's most iconic device. But behind the glitz and glamour of its shiny products lies a dark and unsettling reality. Imagine that you are about to go on a secret mission where you will uncover some of the biggest secrets of one of the most secretive companies in the world. Are you curious about what goes on inside an iPhone factory? Have you ever wondered how Apple's iconic devices come to life? What surprises awaits us at every turn? What hidden gems will we unearth? Join us and let's find out. The first thing you need to know is that Apple factories in China are not run by Apple themselves. Instead, they outsource their production to a company called Foxconn Technology Group. Foxconn is the largest employer in China with over 1.3 million workers on their payroll. They produce electronic products for a variety of companies, but they are best known for making Apple products, particularly iPhones. The company was founded by a Taiwanese businessman, Terry Gou. He was playfully dubbed as the Donald Trump of Taiwan. Half of the world's iPhones, hundreds of millions of them, are manufactured at Foxconn's facility on the outskirts of Zhengzhou, which locals refer to as the iPhone City. During the lead up to a new iPhone release, the plant can pretty much produce almost 350 devices every minute. It's a mammoth operation that has spawned an ecosystem of supporting businesses, including restaurants, massage parlors, and shoe shops. Inside the factory, which is dedicated to the final stage of iPhone assembly, workers perform 400 different tasks, with most employees repeating one task over and over again every day. From soldering to fitting screws, it's a monotonous and repetitive job. Can you imagine the tedious work that goes into assembling your beloved phone? How do they recruit, you might ask? Well, according to a report by Zhang Zhang, a student at NYU, all he had to do to get hired was join a queue of eager applicants outside the factory. Zhang was asked to recite the English alphabet and show his identification. And then he was in.
How do I get in? It's very easy actually. I just show up in front of the factories, they ask for my IDs, and then ask me to recite the English alphabet. But that's basically the interview process, and then I was in.
He worked on an assembly line with around 200 other recruits, putting together hundreds of devices per shift.
When you're working on the factory, you are very focused. So you have no time to think other things or feel tired, because the assembling line is going very quick.
It's been reported that the Chinese government itself supports the Foxconn plant to keep this lucrative business running smoothly. Just imagine the government setting quotas for the number of workers that villages and cities should provide to keep the factory ticking over efficiently. This suggests that there may be less pressure on Apple to ensure that its suppliers adhere to ethical labor practices. Additionally, the gender balance on the factory floor is said to be roughly equal, and that the typical age of a factory worker is between 18 and 25, though interns are frequently as young as 16. Now, looking into the other side, recently, Apple has launched an auditing program to investigate suppliers for labor violations and improve working conditions in factories. While this is a step in the right direction, we all know that Apple has faced allegations of child labor within its Chinese supply chain. But the company seems to have turned a blind eye to such accusations to keep up with the demand for its products.
There's many of them children, many of them enduring these incredibly long shifts, the possibility of brutal penalties for mistakes that they make on the job. Apple's factories in China have regularly employed young teenagers, people below the legal work age of 16.
Technically, it's not Apple's factories, it's Foxconn.
This is unbelievable and unacceptable, but sadly, it's the reality. As consumers, we all have a responsibility to be aware of the ethical implications of the products we purchase and to make informed choices about the companies we support. But the question remains, how can we hold corporations like Apple accountable for their labor practices? One way is by taking a stand and refusing to purchase products from companies that do not prioritize the well-being of their employees over profits. By doing so, we can send a clear message that we will not support businesses that engage in unethical practices. Another way to hold corporations accountable is by staying informed and educating ourselves on the issues. This includes understanding the complexities of the supply chain and how it affects workers, as well as staying up to date on any changes or updates in labor laws and regulations. However, it's not just about holding corporations accountable. We must also hold ourselves accountable as consumers. We have the power to make a difference through the choices we make by purchasing products that are ethically made and supporting companies that prioritize the well-being of their employees. We can work towards a world where workers are treated with dignity and respect. So, what do you think? Are you more aware of the labor practices behind the production of your beloved iPhone? We encourage you to continue the conversation in the comment section below and share your thoughts and opinions. Remember, we have the power to make a change, and it all starts with awareness and education. Thank you for joining us on this eye-opening journey into the world's biggest iPhone factory in China. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating content. And as always, stay curious.